Welcome back, everybody. When we last left off, Stub Bub had finished eating his dinner. Emu was gulping down his dinner, and Stub sat down at the table to wrap up his homework. And so Emu just really wanted to connect with Stub before they went to bed and talk to him about his attitude while they were at the club, because Stub was just really angry. And so Emu decided to invite over an old friend. And so James Gray decided to stop by, visit with Emu. He knew him from back in Windenburg, and just spend some time with his kid brother Stub. James also lives off the grid in Windenburg, and he thought, hey, you know what? Maybe I can connect with Stub Bub, give him some tips about living off the grid, maybe be sort of an extra elder brother, an extra individual who can be a sounding board for him and really help him deal with some of his emotions. And so James just came over to connect with Stub, talk to him about living on his farm in Windenburg, and Stub just is not interested. The last time a man came over and visited with them, he ended up living in a nightmarish situation, and Stub is just, he's not having it. He's not there for it. He's like, hey dude, okay, it's nice you have a farm and everything and whatever, but that's just not my speed. I'm not interested. Whatever you're selling, you can take it someplace else. I'm not the one. Basically, that's pretty much Stub's attitude. And James is just trying his earnest to kind of reach out and connect with Stub, not really understanding why that barrier is there, why Stub is not interested. But Stub is just pretty much saying to James, be gone. I'm not here for this. You know, I have some chores around the house I need to do, and bye. And so James is like, okay, let me try another tactic. Let me just sit down. I see he's eating. Let me just, see if we share some of the same hobbies. I'll talk about video games. Let me see what this teenager is into. And Stub is like, this dude just doesn't have a clue. yeah, I like games and everything, but James is bored, Stubbs is bored. This whole visitation has just been a bust. So after school, Stub talks with Emu, and he's just shooting a breeze, telling him about his day. But what he really wants to talk about is James, because he wants to know, why did James stop by the house that morning? Who is this James person? He wants to know why this guy was all up in his grill, all in his business. And pretty much, Emu just kind of lets Stub know, you do not have to be concerned about James. James is pretty cool. He's a friend. I knew him from back in the day. You can trust James. Reason why I invited him over is because both you guys enjoy some of the same things. He's a collector, you're a collector. James has this really cool group where they go out all over the world just collecting things, and I thought you'd be interested in that. And so, after talking with Emu, Stub decided to give James a call. And lo and behold, they met up in Sulani to go ahead and do some collecting. And, there's a bigger group there than Stub had initially thought was going to be there. So he's pretty excited to get to know these people. He's back in his old stomping grounds. He's back in Sulani. And so he's just going, hey, look, this could be a good thing. I'm still feeling some kind of way about James because the conversation was a little boring, but I'll give this dude a chance because my big brother said, hey, he's a pretty good guy. And so here Stub is, he's just getting to know the different people in the club before they just start going about doing some beach combing.
Sippin' frost. Sinoche.
He's in a row.
Bimo.
Oh, Gosha. Hey, Patrol. Wagonboard Zifna. Sword? No, ba. Kuflinka.
So after spending a day beach combing, the entire group decided to just relax a little bit and build some sandcastles as they decided to just get to know each other better. And I think Stub just decided to get to know one of the locals as she's helping him build the sandcastle. And he also called his big brother to let him know that he was staying a little bit longer in Sulani. And so Emu decided to just go ahead and join Stub and the rest of the collector group in Sulani. And, you know, Emu is enjoying himself, and Stub just decided to sit on a swing and just swing his cares away. And he is really just having a great time remembering the first time he came to Sulani. He and Emu fled to Sulani. They ran away from Newcrest. And Emu was just trying to cheer Stub Bub up because of the horrors he experienced while at the children's home.
Je klaar, Canaria Abenor.
So here we have Stub Bub. He is excited. This is the best place he has ever lived. He has never lived anywhere before where there was 4 walls and a roof. He's always been in a park, eating out of the garbage with his brother, and so he thinks to himself, this is the best thing in the world. This is the greatest thing in the world. If his brother Emu left him here, then this is a great thing. He's like, Mr. Potion, Mr. Snake Potion seems to be a nice man. Let me live in his home.
Waxwin!
Sadly, Stub's joy quickly evaporated. Shortly after, 4 more children were added to the children's home. And they told him some strange tales. 2 of the kids were just like Stub. They lived on the streets. They didn't have any parents. But 2 of the children were very wealthy. They lived on a big island in Windenburg. They had parents. And they was taken away from their homes in the middle of the night. Snake forced those children to work in the basement day and night making potions. He wouldn't allow them to sleep in the house. They had to sleep outside in tents, and they had to shower in a cage. Stub was living a nightmare, and his brother was none the wiser. One snake had had enough potions, meaning he can open up his store. He just sent the children marching out to a park. He didn't care that it was midnight. He didn't care that the children hadn't bathed or didn't eat in days or that they needed to use the restroom. He didn't want to see them anymore. He hated those kids. He just used them to make his potions. So he told them, get out. And he sent them to the park. And at first the kids thought, great, we're out of this basement. We can go play pirates. We can be children. At least that's what Elsa thought. I mean, all she did was live a life of privilege. But to Stub, you know, going to the park at midnight, that was old hat for him. That's basically what he and his brother did. They slept in the park at midnight. And so to Stub, he just thought, okay, it's a warm summer evening. Why not go hang out in the park at midnight and sleep and play with my friends? And so Stub went and played pirates with his friends, and he sat down on the bench and fell asleep. While the other children who had never lived like that, at least 2 of them hadn't lived like that, they just urinated on themselves and cried out in hunger and cried out in sleep, and for days on end, those children suffered in that park. And Stub's life just continued to deteriorate. He wasn't better off than he was with his brother. It was worse. This was not living. Stub's life had turned into a perennial nightmare that he had no idea how to get away from. He had no idea how to escape. And so exhausted, he just went to sleep on a bench.
Free, Meshka, Craney, Bipsum. Free by.
That's enough of these memories, says Stub. It's time to go. It's time to go. This was fun. This was fun. Swinging here, swinging here. But ooh, I need to escape my childhood just a little bit more. And so Emu and Stub are going to head on home. The club is broken up for the evening, and I don't know, Stub has some things to think about. He has some things to think about. He knows right now his life with his brother is good. And that is all that matters. Until next time, my friends.